I have been absolutely spoiled rotten for my 25th birthday, so I thought it would be really nice to go through and have a look at all the bookish items that I've got. I am so grateful to all my friends and family. They have gone above and beyond, and I really had such a lovely birthday considering I've had a really tricky year, so I'm so grateful to all of them. So let's go through what I've got. Okay, so the first book that I got for my birthday was Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Obviously with the new series coming out, I feel like I'm 100 years behind everybody, and everybody is absolutely loving it at the moment, so I'm really excited to get into this. I did to go on holiday last week and take it with me to try and start reading it, but I was having such a fun time. It was with lots of different family members, so I didn't actually get a chance to read it. So this is going to be my first read of my birthday books, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. I believe there's 5 books in the series. I might be wrong with that, but I hate it when a new series comes out and you haven't read the book, so then you feel like you can't watch the series until you've read the book. So that's why it's really high on my priorities, and I've not read any books by Carly Fortune before, so I'm really excited to see what she has in store for me. Now, the second book that I got for my birthday, again, it's not an author that I've read before, but it was We All Live Here by Jojo Moyes. I hear so many good things about her books, and I've never actually read any of them before. I don't know if they're romance or whether they're more like fiction books. I'm hoping they're fiction. I've realised that it's not really a genre that I ever read, but I really want to. So the end of this year is my goal to try and read more fiction books. I think after reading Abby Jimenez books, I realised that I like books that don't have loads and loads of romance in, or I've always thought that I liked books with loads of spice, and actually after reading some Abby Jimenez books I've come to the realisation that I don't mind if there's no spice in books. I do just enjoy reading the stories. So 2026 is going to be the year that hopefully I read a lot more fiction books. I might have rambled on for no reason because I don't know for definite that they're not romance, but I'm pretty sure that they are more fiction than they are romance, if any romance. Okay, the next book, I literally screamed when I opened the book. You can probably guess what it is based on my previous reading, especially recently, but it is The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. I have absolutely fallen in love with Abby Jimenez's style of writing, the way that she just draws you in and makes you love the characters. I would feel like they're not your typical characters. Like often with men, I think I read like Grumpy Sunshine or really broody, quite grumpy men, but I feel like her characters don't really have that as such. I think they're a bit softer than maybe the males that I read in other romance books, and I think that's why I like it so much. It's just something a bit different, and I just find her books encapsulating. Like I pick it up and I don't want to read anything else. That's all I want to read. Also, if I look really hot at the moment, I am boiling. It is so hot in the UK currently, and I'm also sunburnt, which you can probably tell by my nose, but it is adding to the heat. So I really apologise if I look like a hot mess. That was not my intention, but it's where we are. I've got the window open, so you might be able to hear some outside noises, but it's very, very, very warm. Now, the next bookish, well, item that I got, it was not a book, but it is fluffy socks. Obviously, we're not in the season for fluffy socks at the moment, but I cannot wait to wear these on my feet. They say do not disturb, and I'm reading, so they are so cute and I absolutely love them. I love fluffy socks. I like anything fluffy and warm, especially when it comes to winter. Like I am a cozy gal, and I can't wait to put these on. I'm so excited. Now, the next books that I got, again, I haven't read this author before, but I'm so excited to give him a try, and that is Frederick Backman. So I've got a series of books here. There's a few different ones. So I've got Beartown, Anxious People, Us Against You, Britt Marie Was Here, A Man Called Ove, and My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologies. I have heard so many good things about Frederick Backman's books, and again, like we said, I'm trying to get more back into, or not back, but I'm trying to get more into fiction books this year, and I feel like this will be a really nice place to start. I know specifically the book that drew me to him was A Man Called Ove. I think a lot of people have read that and absolutely loved it. So I would just want to see what he's all about and find out. And I believe a few of them are actually a series. So Anxious People, I know is a Netflix series, and this one says a HBO series, so I'm going to take that as that one's a series. But yeah, I have heard so many good things about him, and I've never read him before, so I really wanted to try something different. So grateful for these. I cannot wait to start. Let me know if you think I should do like a read along with Frederick Backman, whether that's something you'd be interested in. Although he's a very popular author, I don't know if I've ever seen people do read alongs, or whether maybe it's just because I watch a lot of my recommendations from TikTok, whether that's why I haven't really heard of him until I've kind of started watching YouTube a lot more. But yeah, I would love to do a read along, or like a read Frederick Backman for 24 hours with me, or maybe read him for a week, who knows. But let me know if you think I should do a video of reading a few of his books, because that's something I'd be very interested in doing. The next book, I feel like you would be shocked if it wasn't in some sort of haul recently, because I have seen it everywhere, and when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere, and it is Yesteryear by Caro Claire Burke. I've never heard of this author before, but this book has taken over every ounce of every social media I have. Again, I don't think it's romance, I think it is more fiction, if I'm right, but I've heard that the character that kind of tells the story is quite questionable, and you don't really understand why she's doing the things that she's doing. So I have found it so intriguing, and I'm just curious as to see what has got everybody up in arms about it. I think a lot of people have not liked it, but then rated it 5 stars, so my brain can't comprehend that. So I needed to understand what people love so much about this book and what they hated about it. Also, the cover on this book is so cool. I love the little cows. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to read this book. I've seen it out and about a few times, and I was going to wait until it was like in paperback, but curiosity killed the cat. It got the better of me. So I am so grateful that I got this for my birthday, because I just want to see what it's all about. I'm dying in here. The next thing that I got is a really cute little bookmark. I think, oh, I'm holding it up to the wrong place. It just kind of slides on the pages like that, and it's got a little M in it, which is the cutest thing ever. I love the colours in it as well. I used to actually hate blue, but I'm warming to it, and green as well, so that is the cutest little thing ever, which I'm really excited to read. And I feel like it fits better on paperbacks, which is good, because a lot of my bookmarks that I do have at the moment are quite thin and flimsy ones, whereas this is quite thick and it will fit onto the pages better. So absolutely adore this. The next book that I got is by one of the best authors ever, in my opinion, and it is The Divorce by Frida McFadden. I feel like you cannot go wrong with a Frida Fadden, no matter Fadden. I feel like you can't go wrong with a Frida Fadden. Am I okay? I feel like you can't go wrong with a Frida McFadden book. I have lots on my bookshelf. I think I've got 15, 16. They take up like an entire shelf of the middle bookshelf. But I absolutely love reading her books. They're so good for when you want a break in between, or when you're in a slump and you want something just quick paced to get you through. So I'm more than happy with this. I just realised I need to try and take all the stickers off, because they still have the stickers on, which with nails on is not going to be a mission for yet, so they will stay there for a while. But I've not actually read anything about what this one's about yet. I'm assuming a divorce, but I'm going to go into it blind and see how we get on with it. We are down to the last 2 books now, and I feel like I've been absolutely spoiled rotten. Like, the selection of books that I've got, I am so grateful for. Like, there's a little bit of everything, which I couldn't ask for any more. I'm so grateful. The next book that I've got is not one that I've really heard spoken about, but when I think it was Sarah Caroli read it and she really loved it, so I decided that I needed to pick it up. She spoke briefly about what it was about as well, and absolutely sounded like a bit of me. So it is The Names by Florence Knapp. Again, not read any of her books. This is like a new month for me. Like, I've not really read any of these authors apart from Frida McFadden and Abby Jimenez, so it's nice to be able to explore new authors. I'm really excited. But The Names, and from what I understand, it is to do with quite a tricky relationship. Again, I like to go into books kind of blind I won't do research into them, but if I hear stuff about them, then I'll take that into consideration. But I've heard that this was just really interesting to read, and I think it was quite an emotional book as well, which I love. If something can make me cry, then thumbs up to you, because that's a hard job. But again, I think it's quite a historical book as well, so not really something that I've ever delved into. Like obviously fantasy, you've got sometimes they go back scenes to like when they were kids because they're like 500 years old, but I've never purposefully gone out of my way and read a book set back in the olden times, I don't think. Yeah, no, I've not. I've just had a look. The oldest book I reckon that is based on when I've read, if that makes sense, is Binding 13, because they're obviously based like when I was born in the 2000s. But other than that, I've not read any historical, so I'll be curious to see how I like this, and also how the society is different in books and how that's kind of displayed in the writing. So really, really looking forward to this one. The next thing that I got for my birthday, which I'm absolutely loving, is I did get a gel, no, what are they called? A diamond painting of a cute little bookshop. I have done some, as you can see. I've tried to tackle the biggest colours so far, which is the pink and the gold. But I never thought I would get on with them, because sometimes I can really struggle to kind of concentrate on things that are quite intricate. Like I get a bit impatient with it. However, I've just been doing it like while I've been watching telly and things, and it is like the most relaxing thing, and it's really satisfying seeing all the colours build up. So absolutely chuffed with that. I did not expect to get that at all, but once it is done, it will go up on one of my walls because it is so cute. We are down to the final book. So this author, I think, sadly passed away quite recently actually, but she has loads and loads of books, and I've never read any of them, and I've just realised actually that it's quite historical as well. I think it's set back in the 80s, but it is Rivals by Jilly Cooper. I did see that there was a TV series out of it quite recently, and again, Molly with the FOMO, I can't watch it until I've read the book. It's quite a big book actually. I think a lot of her books are really big, but I was really interested by the casting in the series. It's got I'm pretty sure it's got like David Tennant and Danny Dyer in it, but they look completely different. I think it's Danny Dyer. I might be completely wrong, but the series really intrigued me, from what I'd seen like a clip or something of it when Ollie's parents were watching it. But yeah, I'm so excited to have a look into this series and read some of her books, because family members of mine really, really enjoy Jilly Cooper, and sometimes, to my own, this is me being fully problematic, but sometimes I think older authors won't write what I want to read, and I forget that actually they are famous authors and have been around for years and years and years and years and years, because people love to read their writing. So I'm absolutely going to give Jilly Cooper a go and just see how I get on with it, because again, it's historical, which I've not really read, and she's got so many books. She must be an amazing author, do you know what I mean? There's no way that she's going to be as big as she did and not be a good writer. So I'm so excited to try something new. I feel like I've really gone out of my comfort zone with what I've gotten for my birthday this year, but in the best way, because I think sometimes, or I think more recently, I was falling out of love with reading, or not being able to read as often, because it got to the point where it felt like I was just reading the same thing over and over and over again. Like I was reading romances and everything was the same. Like they break up in the third act and then that's it, and then you know they're going to get back together, and there's nothing like, it was just a bit mind-numbing. Everything was repetitive. And even the same with fantasy books. Like I feel like every fantasy book starts and then there's a trial, and then the main character's the found one, and then they find why they should be, or why they've been chosen, and all this stuff. So I felt like it was very, very repetitive, so I wanted to take a step out of that, and I feel like going it down the fiction route will help me with that, because it's going to be what I hope is like more heartwarming stories. Because one thing about me as a reader is I absolutely love a found family. Like Binding Tom, and my favourite thing is the found family. It's not the romances, it's how they all come together. In Off Campus, again, it's the banter between the characters and how they come together. So I'm hoping in fiction books it's more about like the friendships and, again, found family and how they come together to help each other. So that is all of the books that I got for my 25th birthday. Again, I have been absolutely spoiled rotten, and I'm so grateful to all my family and friends who made my birthday absolutely lovely. If any of the books you would like to see me do a reading vlog, I would absolutely love to do that. I love doing read alongs, I think they're really fun. And I also want to try a 24-hour readathon, or read with me, so maybe I should include some of these books in it. I will link all of the books that I've spoken about in the description. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and if you've stayed this far, then thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!